Time now for the Friend Zone, where we invite one of our many friends from within the building here at Fox onto the show. And tonight, we're joined by our old friend, Brian Kilmeade. He's obviously co-host of Fox and Friends, and his book, which you doubtless have read, if you haven't, you should, Thomas Jefferson and the Tripoli Pirates, is available in paperback. Basically, everyone's already bought it. Today, the 75th anniversary of the surprise attack on Pearl Harbor in Hawaii, then a territory, now a state. It killed nearly 2,400 service members and, of course, propelled us into the Second World War. It was one of the pivotal moments in American history, and yet it's being forgotten. Brian Kilmeade was recently at Pearl Harbor in Hawaii, and he brings back a report. Is that true, Brian?
I think so, Tucker. It's great to see you, as usual. And I'll tell you what, it's just so, this is the year my family decided we're going to put up with the 12-hour ride. We're going to fly out directly to Hawaii. 75 years since the attack. We're definitely going to Pearl Harbor, and we went. We could not wait to go. And being that you have this huge budget, you were able to pay the rights fees to see my family photos from Pearl Harbor, where we had a chance to not only see some veterans who were signing books, to see the big tribute. It's a thriving military port, I get it, and base, but it also is a tribute to those who gave their lives that day. So we got on the boat, and we go out there with the, after seeing the movie, the competency movie, to let everybody know what you're about to see. And we go to see the USS Arizona, and after I saw the great job the tour guide did and how fundamental and rudimentary the movie was, I said, listen, when people come, when Americans come to see this, do they usually ask questions as if they know what's going on or don't? And they said, most of the young people have no idea what happened and who won the war and who was on what side. And these are the state troopers that do this on a regular basis. They give the tours. And I was just struck by that.
Well, I think if you were to ask your average high school student, what's the basic story of the conflict between the United States and Japan in the Second World War, it would, of course, be Hiroshima and Nagasaki. It would be this totally unjustified and horrific atomic bomb attack waged for reasons we don't understand against the peace-loving Japanese. That's a total, I mean, it's a lie, but that's what they learn, I think.
You know, and you were doing the show at this time, I believe, when President Obama went over to Hiroshima and Nagasaki for those who lost their lives after the atomic bomb. And I always thought, if you want to do that, go ahead and do that, and the president did. But stop in Hawaii first. You know a few people here, you grew up here, go to Hawaii, and let everybody know, I'm going over to see what happened after they did this. Because it'll remind people that there was a reason why we attacked, because we were attacked. And we did this thing for go for total and complete victory. Now, when I bring this up, especially on the radio
today... I'm sorry to interrupt you. Did he do that? I can't remember. Did he stop
he did not.
Hawaii?
Right over to Nagasaki, right over to Hiroshima, excuse me, and did his tribute and left. Historic, absolutely. I have no problem with it. They're great allies. But I do think it would have been great to go to Hawaii first. And on the radio today, we talked about, is 9/11 the same thing? Is it going to be forgotten in 75 years? And I don't know how you feel, Tucker, but I don't think it'll be forgotten. And I think it has a lot to do with the quality of the museum, which is downtown around a thriving metropolis. And I think it has a lot to do with the fact that New York is such a popular city and Hawaii is so beautiful but far away. I think that 9/11, 75 years from now, we have the video, we lived it, and I think we'll be talking about it much more vividly, sadly, than 75 years ago when Pearl Harbor was hit. What about you?
That may be the case. The question is not whether you remembered an event, but whether you can interpret it correctly, if you still understand what it actually meant and the lessons that it should be conveying. And I suspect 75 years from now, people may be distorting the meaning of 9/11.
I sense that the way we are patriotic and not patriotic, maybe we'll be on the ebb and flow of the high when people realize when you're born in this country, you pretty much hit lotto, no matter what status you're in. And I think people take that for granted, and it has a lot to do with the way people look around and say, what's so great about America? Well, you should take a look around the rest of the world, and you'll find out.
No, that's exactly right. I suggest that every graduating high school senior go to Burkina Faso for the summer, just to get some context.
Wow.
Brian Kilmeade, thank you. That was great.
Great to see you, Tucker.
Touching. Great to see you, man. Thanks.
Okay.